Your teen requested a ride, but this time not from you. It's through their Uber teen account. You drive your teenager around, a lot, to their friend Jacob's house, their other friend Jake's house, to James's, to Jaden's, to Jalen's, to...
Mom? This is Jake's house, not Jacob's.
Now with an Uber teen account, your teen can request a ride under your supervision. They'll ride with a highly rated driver, and with live trip tracking, you'll follow along the whole ride to their friends' houses that all sound the same. Add your teen to your Uber account today. See app for details.
Bye, Mom.
Persol and Verilux are teaming up for the ideal eyewear fit, combining timeless design with progressive lenses. Iconic style meets unparalleled vision performance, making the extraordinary effortless. Discover Verilux and Persol and find your local Essilor expert at Essilor.com.
This episode is brought to you by Coffee Mate. Coffee Mate is the world's biggest coffee lover because we love all the ways you enjoy. Wait. Coffee Mate can't love coffee more than me. I'm a foodie. I went to Kyoto just for a nitro matcha latte. What? Oh, I have to finish the ad. Coffee Mate, for the love of coffee.
Curious about how you can achieve smooth, natural-looking, long-lasting filler results? The Juvederm collection of fillers has 6 unique gel fillers that add subtle volume and are designed for different needs in specific areas of the face, like lips, cheeks, chin, smile lines, under eyes, and jawline. Ask your licensed specialist for a full face assessment today and download the Alle app, that's ALLE, the official loyalty program of Juvederm, to save on treatments and get a look that's true to you. For important safety information and to find a licensed specialist, visit Juvederm.com. That's JUVEDERM.com. Not for people with severe allergic reactions, allergies to lidocaine, or the proteins used in Juvederm. Common side effects include injection site redness, swelling, pain, tenderness, firmness, lumps, bumps, bruising, discoloration, or itching. There's a risk of unintentional injection into a blood vessel, which can cause vision abnormalities, blindness, stroke, temporary scabs, or scarring. Talk to a licensed specialist to find out if it's right for you.
Anything to shake this mood I'm in. My football team's got me drinking.
Back at it again with another shade of blue. A quick turnaround. We're recording Thursday nights. Busy schedule for Sporting Kansas City, but we had to get one in. A big 4-1 win, Thad. They stayed alive just for a little bit longer at least. Got to give me something to hold on to. We are the KC Soccer Journal. My name is Cody Bradley. Thad Bell and Robert Russert are here with me. And if you're listening, thank you very much, because it's a quick turnaround. It's going to get less listens, but like we always say, there's a group of people that just listen to every episode, and we appreciate you very much.
We do. Very, very much.
So thank you.
And thanks for not faulting us for missing the Seattle game. That's okay.
We did miss that one. I thought we might get a short-staffed one in there. Didn't work out. No, I guess no one was really motivated to talk about the team after the 2-0 loss, which I don't really blame anyone for that. So, but let's get one in here, Thad. Let's start off the 4-1 win versus Colorado. There was a chance, I think it was a slim chance, but there was a chance they got eliminated entirely from the playoffs. Is that right, Robert?
Was a possibility, yes. Didn't work out, though. That's a good thing.
There was one elimination. San Jose, absolutely pitiful this year. We think we're bad. They're like 10 points, 11 points, something like that behind us. Very bad year for San Jose, and it makes me laugh because they're always, in my head, they're always a bad team. And okay, so they've stayed alive here a little bit longer. Thad, I saw before the game, Jimmy tweeted, Thad Bell we have here, always prophetic, famous for being prophetic. I ask him to give us something at the end of every episode. It's always beautiful, thoughtful. He's such a smart guy. He knows things that others don't know. And before this game, allegedly, I'm going to believe Jimmy. He seems pretty trustworthy.
He is.
Jimmy
he is.
Mack, a friend of the pod, fellow KC Soccer Journal compadre, tweeted that Thad predicted the exact final score of 4-1 before this game. Is that true?
It is true. There's a little more to it than that, but it started off as a joke in an elevator, trying to get Diego Gutierrez to say it would be 7-1 with a Colorado staffer on the other side of the elevator. And we kind of devolved into 4-1 sounds more realistic. So I just, and it sang to me. It seemed like a score. It seemed like what it would be. So I went and told Jimmy Mack at one point, I'm like, it's going to be 4-1. I said, but honestly, if it's any kind of multi-goal win, I'm just claiming that as a win, as a prediction. So that was how it kind of turned out. I'm not that prophetic. It's not a crystal ball.
I actually did send a text before the game that it felt like a win that night. I was obviously not predicting a big win like that, but I felt very good. Robert, were you on the same page there? Was there something in the air?
Sporting seems to have a knack for, we're not going to die yet. We're going to stay in this thing as long as we can, make our fans believe. So, yeah, not terribly surprising. But Thad, I want to know Diego's role a little more in this. What did you get him to say anything in that elevator?
Well, I actually want to know, was it a joke because he's so pessimistic? Is he that down on the team that it's like, yeah, we can maybe get Diego to predict a win here?
I was just kind of joking around with making it that outrageous, a 7, I think I started off with, hey, they're going to get the win tonight. And I said, probably 7-1 or something like that, right? And he's like, he just gave me another look and was really quiet. And then he goes, no, we'll go lower than that. And then I confessed to him that I was just trying to get him to say it in front of a Colorado person. So it's not like he was totally pessimistic, but I was kind of like, hey, they sometimes win when they're not supposed to. They beat teams that are above them.
They do.
And sometimes it's the opposite way.
I thought of that when Robert said that about they have a knack for staying alive. They also have a knack for the games. Every time I'm like, we're about to get rocked, and it seems like all hope is lost. They have a knack for pulling those out.
Yeah, but how often do they get rocked twice in a row, right? I mean,
that's true.
The game against Seattle was not pretty.
There you go. It's the little victories. We rarely get beat down to death 2 times in a row. That's always good to know. Let's
just hope they don't lose the magic for this week, for next week.
Right.
Let's hope they have that still.
Correct. Thad, I know the answer to this, but I'm not sure Robert does. Can you remind Robert what Diego Gutierrez does there on game days? Robert can't seem to remember that.
He calls games for one of the Spanish speaking stations.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And why did you think I didn't remember that?
Moving on.
Remember, Diego and I go way back, man. Way back.
Okay. Actually, before we get to the game, I'm going to sneak in a very quick break here. But don't be mad. You don't even always get ads on these breaks, so hopefully you don't get one this time. We'll be right back.
Traveling to see your fave sports team is cool, but traveling with Amex Platinum for the big game is even better.
Right this way.
With access to dedicated card member entrances at select events, you can skip the line.
And one.
And with access to the Centurion Lounge,
He shoots a 3.
you can catch the next game on the way home. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/withAmex. Card member entrance access not limited to Amex Platinum Card.
Curious about how you can achieve smooth, natural-looking, long-lasting filler results? The Juvederm collection of fillers has 6 unique gel fillers that add subtle volume and are designed for different needs in specific areas of the face, like lips, cheeks, chin, smile lines, under eyes, and jawline. Ask your licensed specialist for a full face assessment today and download the Allē app, that's ALLE, the official loyalty program of Juvederm, to save on treatments and get a look that's true to you. For important safety information and to find a licensed specialist, visit Juvederm.com. That's JUVEDERM.com. Not for people with severe allergic reactions, allergies to lidocaine, or the proteins used in Juvederm. Common side effects include injection site redness, swelling, pain, tenderness, firmness, lumps, bumps, bruising, discoloration, or itching. There's a risk of unintentional injection into a blood vessel, which can cause vision abnormalities, blindness, stroke, temporary scabs, or scarring. Talk to a licensed specialist to find out if it's right for you.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
This episode is brought to you by Jira. Ever wonder how those big marketing campaigns that make headlines get delivered on time? It all starts with Jira, the only project management tool you need to plan and track work across any team. Every step of that campaign is organised in one place, from launching the campaign all the way back to designing ads and writing creative briefs. Get started on your next big marketing campaign idea today in Jira.
All right. Thad, it looked like you maybe had a thought there at the end of that before we took that long break and rest in between segments here.
No, I wanted to make like a noise, but like ta-da, we're going to break. But I thought you would like give me a dirty look if I did, so I didn't.
No, I like that. I like the urge. You're looking for ways to add value to the show and add production quality. I've got a whole list of sound effects over here in StreamYard that we can use, including...
It doesn't do me any damn good.
I've even loaded the ta-da that we have for our top 5, so we've got all of that ready to go. Okay, yeah, let's actually talk about this game. 4-1, 2 braces. Thad's name in the chat here. Is Thad a brace of braces? Is this a reference to something? It sounds like a movie. It sounds like a title of your biography.
No, it was just 2 of 2. Brace is 2. There was 2 braces.
What do we call that? Double brace?
That's what I want to know, man. There should be something like braceonomics, bracelets, bracers.
Wow, I think you're getting further away with each one of those guesses.
To go another way, how many times have you wore a brace in life? That would have you?
Oh, that's been a few. Various injuries.
More than a brace of braces.
Yeah, that's like that. I don't even remember those kind of numbers anymore.
Old fencing injuries, they get to you.
Exactly.
Okay, so
wrist, ankles, whatever.
A brace for Alan Pulido and a brace for Eric Thommy. We got to start with Alan Pulido, of course. Robert, well, I don't know where this came from. Did he just remember that he's good at soccer? Actually, just to set you up for this, that first goal, there was a moment. I asked you that question. Did he remember who he was? Because in previous games, there was a pass out to the right wing that he would have made in one of these previous games where we're watching him and we're thinking, this guy is snake bitten. He has no confidence. So there was a pass over there to the right wing that I just assumed it was going to, and then he just whips his foot around it and puts it home. What got into Pulido this game, Robert?
Well, I think what got into Pulido is, damn, this Colorado defense is giving me a lot of space and time in the box.
Yeah, they were. That's fair.
But no, he had coming in, 3 goal contributions in the last 4. I may have reversed that. May have been 4 in the last 3, but
he was inching closer.
I mean, he's actually hot. He's on a hot streak. He's on fire.
Vermees would say he's been in form for the last 6 to 8 weeks. I'm not sure if I totally 100% agree, but I mean, he's looked like he's played better in some of that. I mean, he had that nice goal where Jake, played it over the top to him, and maybe that just kind of kicked it off. He remembered he could score because he didn't think on that one, and now he has confidence. That might be it.
Well, no matter how a sloth slowly moves, it eventually finds its form. So maybe there's an analogy there. Because he's not as quick as he used to be, is one of my points.
Is he a sloth, though? Dang, man.
Exaggeration makes the point, okay?
Well, but that was never really his strength, was his speed. It was that he could get the ball.
Quickness here, not speed. Quickness.
He that wasn't even necessarily strength. It was that he could just find those angles. Because I mean, when he was first here, he could just sliding a ball through like a whole horde of traffic, and it would go in the corner. And now that's exactly what that first goal was last night. It went through a traffic jam and went into the corner.
Quickness of thought, quickness of movement. There you go.
See, but yeah, Thad's right. He's not really quick anywhere, even in tight spaces. Like you just tried to give him credit for it, because we're just searching here. But it's not even that. The one quick thing he does is he can quickly get off a shot that results in, like Thad just said, that it goes through legs, it goes in between people, sneaks past the defender low on the ground. And Thad, I think his first goal in a Sporting jersey was exactly like that. He didn't rev up and have a firebomb of a shot that went bulged the back of the net. He just found an angle. He sees an angle that maybe others don't, and he put it home. So it's really encouraging to me to see him do these things that we've seen when he was at his best.
Well, I remember a particular goal when he first joined the club that just was Alan Pulido for me. He just got his head in on a cross that came in, and nobody else would have put their head in there, and directed it on goal, which rarely anybody else in the team would have done as well. And that was just a very prototypical Alan Pulido goal, and hopefully he's getting back to that.
The team could really use him getting back to that to end the season to have any chance of making the playoffs.
And that final we have coming up, yeah.
Hot take there.
Yeah, that was an extremely hot take, yeah.
I don't know what the chances are at this point. I don't even know if they went down, because it's really, I think we could win out every single game and not make the playoffs still. It just depends on what other people are doing. So I actually didn't look around the table and see if the teams that would have helped us lost or what happened there.
Well, let's take a look at that right now, shall we?
I think somebody lost to give us at least a little bit of help, because they got to catch Minnesota and leap over two teams, if I remember correctly.
See, that's
Portland.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Portland pulled off a 4-2 win last night, which did not help, because we have to catch them as well beyond Minnesota. Minnesota did fall to Cincinnati, so.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's the kind of show prep you get on these quick turnarounds here. We're prepping for the show on the show as we recorded. Hey, can someone look that up for me? Thank you, Robert. Well done.
That's not that unusual, quite honestly. But because 9th and 8th play to have the right to play, right? So
right.
9th is technically kind of sort of the playoffs, which is where we were last year, right?
The play-in, they call it.
Yeah. So like last year, Sporting finished 9th, played whoever it was at 8th for the right to then play St. Louis. So that was 2 rounds technically that Kansas City won last year. And that's their only chance at this point is to catch that. Portland's on 43 points with 7 games left. Kansas City's on 30 points with 6 games left.
You play in for the chance to play off that.
Yeah, something like that. You should be like an MLS marketer. MLS can be back so you can play in, so you can play off, and then play with each other.
That's the reason Thad is not on the MLS marketing team.
On the second goal for Alan Pulido, it started with a Zoran Basong stepped up and a good tackle, stole the ball. I don't know if he's the one that came away with it, but a Zoran Basong tackle started that. Obviously everyone on the field played much better in this game. Who is someone that stood out besides, don't say Eric Thommy, because we're going to talk about Eric Thommy's goals.
Man, Logan Ndembe.
Yes, of course he stood out. It's just good to see him out there again, getting fouled really hard, because that's just how he plays. Can someone explain that to me? I had a tweet that Chad tweeted that a clip of him getting fouled, and it should have been a yellow. I'm not even sure if they even called a foul on the play. But this always happens with Logan Ndembe, Thad. What is it? Is it the way he plays? Why is he always getting fouled so hard? No one gets fouled like Logan Ndembe.
I think it has to do with the ref. Fotis, how do you say his last name? Fotis, the hairy guy ref.
Yeah. Fotis,
he tends to not.
Yeah, whatever that is.
He tends to not throw cards early until then he gets fed up and throws them the last 10 minutes of the match. I think that might have to do with it. So I really don't know. I don't even remember that play, I'll be honest.
Yeah, if anyone listening to this has not noticed this about Logan and Denbei, I'm not saying he flops and makes the most of getting fouled. Maybe he kind of does a little bit, but seriously, this dude gets laid out every single game. Robert, have you noticed this?
Yeah, but those, Cody, those calves are so explosive that Logan can't even control them. He doesn't know, what to do, and neither does the opponent because they come so powerfully and quick.
It's just so powerful. He's stuck in the ground, so the impact is stronger whenever anybody hits him. That's the only explanation that I can come up with.
That's because he's caffeinated.
Oh, my God. Oh, no.
That's feeling it after last night's prediction, man. You set him up, Cody.
Robert, did anyone stick out for you in this game? Who needs a shout out from this lineup?
Oh, well, let's see. I think Mr. Afrifa, though, he's still working on his game. He just does things that other players don't for Sporting Kansas City and kind of sets that defense off kilter a little bit because of that. That quickness, a little bit of speed, and he sets things up for other people.
Oh, man. Love the way Afrifa is playing right now. He's playing exactly the way I would want him to play on this team that really doesn't have much other hope. Like, he is in there. He is trying to make things happen. He's doing things that, I think a lot of guys, when they're trying to get into Peter Vermees's lineup, how strict everything is, how many jobs, how many little things you need to do, they can forget about just being themselves playing the game. And that's what he was doing. He was being audacious. He was trying these things that maybe had no chance, but he looked really good. He skimmed the crossbar a couple times, just over the crossbar, just wide of the post. He looked really good, Thad. I liked his audaciousness.
He's got a lot of confidence right now, man. He got called up to Canada. He got playing time twice. He was part of that win over the United States at Children's Mercy Park. He's got that confidence, man. That's just a boost. So I think that's just going to help Sporting. Maybe not the U.S. soccer, but Sporting.
We don't need Canada to have any more good players as we continue to flounder. Although, Poach is here. It's official. I don't know if we actually ever had a pod since it was officially official. But, that's good stuff. Okay, sticking with Sporting KC. Robert, a brace for Eric Thommy.
Eric Thommy can finish a ball.
Sometimes, yeah. Oh, yeah, I like it.
The game against Seattle, we had Thommy and Pulido starting, right? Okay. And Pulido being the forward in that alignment there, Thommy being kind of more the 10. Well, last night, and I'm kind of going into what was different about this match, but last night you had you had Agata running into creative spaces, pulling the defense with him, and Pulido knowing how to take advantage of that. And then after all that chaos that they do and all the attacking play from the wing, we bring in Eric Thommy, the direct guy, the guy who, is going to be aggressive all over the field and bring a little different look. And they weren't ready for that either. Colorado was bad on the night, but Eric Thommy, you give him an opportunity, most chances he's going to put away.
Sporting had a lot of chances last night, though.
Yeah.
This was reminiscent of, some of those teams that were good in standings and, entertaining to watch, where they would have a lot of chances and not a ton of goals, but multiple goals. That was Sporting last night. They had like 31 shots, I believe, and 4 goals. That's better than sometimes, but 4 goals out of 31 shots. You should have 4 goals.
And what did Thommy have? 3 shots and 2 goals, something like that, maybe a little more.
I think he might have had a couple more shots, but he was close on a couple that he did not get because we were, and maybe they were blocked and maybe they weren't on. But it was looking like he might actually get the hat trick at one point.
Yeah, Pulido had a shot on a hat trick as well. So that sounds like a lot of missed shots. So who was getting some of these attempts and not converting?
I thought most of the team, quite honestly. Willie.
Boom, there it was.
Afrifa. Another guy we actually should have mentioned in the guys who was good last night was Memo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Memo did look good.
A little more quietly than, the goal scorers, but Memo is actually who I should have said first before Logan, quite honestly. He did a lot of work there. next to Basong, but either one of those needed a shout out. Quite honestly, they did a lot of really good work.
And he had that rip from distance, 30 yards out, looking like just replacing Roger Espinoza out there, except it was closer than Roger normally got. It wasn't a mile over the crossbar.
So here's the breakdown on the shots. Agata had 6.
Wow.
Afrifa 5. And then Thommy 4 shots, 2 goals. Pulido 4 shots, 2 goals.
Bro, Agata had one that it was one of those that almost went out for a throw-in.
Yeah, that's like one of his first shots, wasn't it? Maybe his first. But hey, you know, that look after Russell played the ball across the goal mouth and he slid and just missed it by a whisker. And then the television camera shows him peeking over his folded arms, looking up like, I should have been there. I should have got it.
Oh,
what
man.
a night it's been for me.
I missed that. I'm going to have to go back on the Apple broadcast and grab that GIF.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, but Willie's work did help the others get their goals, though.
Oh, for sure.
And then Cody about falls over.
No, I'm here. But I thought he gets in the right spots all of the time. And that's all he needed to do on the play that Robert just brought up that I didn't bring up, that I didn't bring this up at all. But on that play, all he needed to do was be in the right spot, and the ball would have deflected off of his body in any possible way, and it would have gone in the net. I thought he gets in the right spot, Thad.
You know, even when you say a guy does X, Y, or Z, that doesn't mean they can always do X, Y, or Z 100% of the time. So he gets in a lot of the right spots. It doesn't mean he's perfect.
But if that's the base level, I know we've done this a lot with Willie, but if that's the base level, that's the one thing you can say. He gets in the right spots. He knows where to be. That's the one. I'm sorry. That play really got to me. I wasn't going to bring it up, but it did really get to me that he was not there on that one. Yeah, that one got me. But it's all good. Other people started scoring.
Again, how many goals does William Agata have?
I know.
9.
I know.
7 for Thommy, 7 for Pulido, and that was adding 2 each yesterday. Johnny Russell, 4.
He hit the post too, right? Or the crossbar.
Jake Davis has 3. I mean, we can say that bad things about William Agata.
100%. There's so many things wrong with this team, and Willie is not the number one thing by a mile. He's not the 10th thing wrong with this team, but it is, and it's not. It's not that he really bothers me more than some of the other players. It's just like, I swear to, we should do studies. There should be studies done on how someone can just be so bad a whole game and then somehow they always get a goal. Studies should be done on this player. I love it. It makes me happy when he scores, but I don't just ignore that first shot that he had and all of these misses and bad moments and all of the moments that don't show up on his XG because we didn't get a shot off. Nobody got a shot off. There's all those things, but I love it when it actually works out. It's just such a weird thing that this player that I don't think is good at all is successful. Like, more successful, not just on our team, but like plenty of other people in the league. So I don't know.
You don't get 6 shots off by being in the wrong places.
It's like a statistical anomaly that we witness with with Willie Agata. Okay. I'm not seeing anything else on our segment 2 here. Any final thoughts on wrapping up this game? Thad, you remembered earlier to shout out Memo. That was good. We didn't wait till the end on that one. Anybody else? Any other thoughts?
Fontas, Castellanos, they did well.
Yeah.
Colorado was bad.
They sufficed. I did see some bad moments from Fonte, but yeah, I mean, they got the job done. It was bad. Cool. Robert's right. It was bad from Colorado, though, for sure.
It was.
Yeah, I mean, it's always one of those questions. Was the other team bad, or was your team good, or some combination therereof? And I think it was
always
a combination thereof.
Right? Always.
Yeah. Pulskamp did fairly well. He made a good save in the first half. I'm really not sure how many he made in the second half.
Yeah. I do think that they had a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, knowing that there was a even slight possibility that the season ended that night. And everyone on the field came out with a little something extra. So I don't know if they'll continue that. We'll talk about this weekend's game after the break. All right. How to handle this weekend against Minnesota United with the U.S. Open Cup final on Wednesday in L.A. against LAFC. Minnesota United this weekend. How do they, like we said, they came out with a little chip on their shoulder, a little extra energy to stay alive in Major League Soccer. But, Robert, what kind of lineup are you expecting this weekend? Do they come out with that same intensity? Can they carry that 3 games in a row into the final? How do you think they're handling this?
Well, I think you start the starters you're going to play on Wednesday night because they've got to get that time together, just so they have that. And I think another thing at factor here, another factor at play is, what we've been talking about. They came out on fire last night at home because you don't want to be eliminated from the playoffs in front of your home fans. And that's going to be the situation Saturday night too. So I think they come out with a team that's going to start Wednesday so they can gel and get used to playing together a little more. You're going to rest some of your older guys, just like they did, last night by subbing them out. So I think that's what we're going to see. I think that's going to be the best way to go into Wednesday.
Yeah, I would start the starters just like you said, or some mix of it. You want everybody getting 30 to 60 minutes that's going to play on Wednesday, at least has potential to play, just so they have that rhythm and routine, but not get too tired. If you don't really care about the result versus Minnesota, honestly. I mean, you want to win. You always want to win. But give everybody a chance.
Yeah, for what it's worth, Minnesota is at the bottom of the playoff line.
Right.
So for any of the optimists out there has to be some of you within the sound of my voice that are holding on to the hope that they'll climb in there. This is one team that they would need to beat. So if you're holding on to that hope, then you do maybe care a little bit about that. Speaking of someone holding on to hope, Hank Salisbury on Twitter. This dude is a good follow on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. The Eternal Optimist. It's the kind of fan account that I want to see on my feed after my terrible team wins a game like this. We're never going to lose again. We're the greatest team in the world. I love to see this. Not the entire fan base is just chipped away and pessimistic entirely. There's still some fun here. It's good to see. Thad, did you have fun at least watching this 4-1 win?
I had fun.
Okay.
That was nice to have fun back at the stadium, even if it was
there was
only,
like 10 people there.
I was gonna say even if it was only about 2/3 full, but
yeah,
I don't know how many was actually there.
2/3
Cauldron looked pretty empty.
Yeah, 2/3 feels optimistic. I actually thought the Cauldron was maybe had more people in it than I would have been expecting. And the South Stand, I think in these darker days, has generally been stronger. I feel like the front rows of the South Stand, there's more people in there than the sparseness of the Cauldron sometimes. But it was reversed this one. I feel like the South Stand was like almost entirely empty, but there were some people in the Cauldron grinding it out. So shout out to everybody that did go out to that midweek game and got to see a 4-1 win. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, midweek games, man, when the team's flailing, I understand that attendance is gonna be a little weak, but you just never know with this team, man. It's still gonna be fun some days and it's gonna suck other days, but that's kind of part of that journey, right?
So, Robert, are you with that on you straight up do not care about this result, even if it might mean elimination from playoffs officially?
No. I mean, obviously, the more important game is Wednesday, but I think the club, like I alluded to earlier, they're being driven by the fact, we still want to hang in as long as we can. Minnesota's a golden opportunity to do that. And like Alan Pulido said after the match, we're starting to play like a team, not individuals like we had been previously. So I think they're feeling some rhythm right now, and they've got some opportunities. And when opportunities there, you usually step up to them. Sporting usually does that. If you need a desperate win in Seattle years past, they've done it. They've gone into Atlanta United years ago, and nobody ever beat Atlanta United at home, but we did. So Sporting and Vermees, the way he coaches, they're well known for these type of things. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if we come away with the win Saturday and go in and give LAFC a hell of a fight and maybe win it in PKs, right? Tim Melia.
That would be pretty awesome. Yeah, but there's just not many games left, man. 4 games left for Sporting, 5 games left for the other teams around them. And they got to make up 8 points to catch Minnesota. I mean, that's a 6-point
I'm not
swing.
saying we're going to make it, but they're going to try like hell.
And again, I'm not saying they shouldn't try like hell, okay?
No, yeah.
I even if they're eliminated, I want to see them being the spoiler and beating the other teams that they still have in front of them, because they still have to play St. Louis and LA, for example. Go out and beat them, even if you're already eliminated at that point, just for morale factor. And I know I've seen people like, oh, people need to go play for their jobs. You know what? They need to be playing for their jobs back in June, not today. But if nothing else, just for your own pride that you didn't go down with a whimper. So
I'm not going to lie, that kind of snuck up on me. There is 4 games left in regular season for Sporting KC. It's Minnesota this weekend, then you have St. Louis, and then another game against LAFC that's actually MLS play, and then they finish against FC Dallas. Yeah, that snuck up on me. 4 games left. I honestly, I thought they would have been eliminated already with only 4 games left. So I think if they can keep this going for like 1 or 2 more games, I'm going to feel good that we didn't have a truly embarrassing season. I'll have something to hold on to.
You're not San Jose.
With the number of games we have in that schedule, that's brutal, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hey, got to keep up hope, right? Got to try.
That's what we're all in this for. That's what sports is all about. Give us something to hope for, something to hold on to. We got the St. Louis game for the Derby match. We've got the LAFC USOC final on Wednesday. That's probably about it. Or no, yeah, you're right. See, we do. We said we can hold on to this miracle run. They whip this out in the last 4 games, and Minnesota and somebody else collapses, and we sneak in there.
And Cody, you know, through all of it, Cody, our football team is going to have us drinking, no matter what happens.
Sporting!
Sipping back an empty can. I don't give a damn if it's 9 a.m. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. Give me beer or whiskey, wine or gin, anything to shake this mood I'm in. My football team's got me drinking. Just been sent off. Supporters strong have all gone soft. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. Give me beer or whiskey, wine or gin, anything to shake this mood